Duppage! How to deal with duppage. How to deal with being totally bamboozled and hoodwinked. Dude, we've all been so duped on like a mass level in so many different ways. Oh, it's coming from every angle. What is duppage, one might ponder? While it's different from baggage, obviously, duppage is a large amount of being deceived, tricked, lied to, fooled, swindled, finessed. It's a good one. Bilked. That's a word I didn't know. I like finessed because it doesn't feel obviously like you're being lied to. I'm being very vague also right now. It'll probably all come together eventually, what I'm trying to get to. We are in the great confusion. Okay, and some people are not confused at all, and thank God for them. Salt of the earth, those people. Why is how to deal with duppage? Basically, how to cope with coming out of a worldview collapse. Why is that something I would want to talk about? Because I don't see that many people talking about that aspect of life. I know the word awake or awakening is something that people use. But it seems to just sort of like come in layers also. And I think it is of the utmost importance to see things how they are, not how you've been told they are. So I've been sifting and sorting through layers of lies the last couple years, obviously, from what's gone on globally. And I've been so scared to speak my mind about it. I've seen people being super courageous and speaking their mind about it and standing up for certain things. And I mean, they look free. So I had a sort of huge awakening back in April of 2020. But because I still had a ton of stuff in my belief system of what I believed, what my worldview was, and the things that I was engaging with spiritually, I got into like more and more occultism that looked like it was good and like a secret hidden knowledge, but it was like taking my life down. I sort of dug myself into a hole while also backing myself into a corner. I call that a holy corner because that is the place that God's gonna sit you down. He's gonna have a little talk with his lost child. You know, it's interesting because I've always dealt with this self-expression and identity issue. Identity obstacles, herdsticles. And that is why I got so sucked into the healing industry. Just what really was self-absorption, wearing the mask of spirituality. There's also this other angle. I never connected much with our culture. Our culture to me has been getting grosser and grosser. Everything from party culture, greed, hookup culture, me, you, do what you need to do to get where you need to be, regardless of if it costs you your virtue or integrity or makes you go against your goodness. This like IDGAF. It's like there's an extent that you shouldn't really care what others are gonna say about you or perceive about you when you speak your truth, but we're not supposed to not care. A whole society of young people that don't IDGAF? What? Today is a good day to grow up though, because the world needs more adults. I'm also very interested in playing angel's advocate, not devil's advocate. I don't think the devil needs any more advocates. Some people don't even think the devil is real or that there's wickedness and evil on this planet. That's kind of a trip. It's a real thing to be afraid when a big identity shift occurs and then you no longer condone all these things that you used to. Because you were so, all is one, there is no good and bad. There is no good and bad, only your thinking makes it so. It's like, no, rape is bad. Child abuse is bad. Abuse is bad. There's good and bad. And if there is one bad thing, there's probably a lot of bad things. you kind of gotta like come to terms with the fact that everything you've ever thought about everything is bullshit. What you're told about history, how the world works, what would be good for the world, you gotta start reevaluating all that stuff. And have the humility to ask, have I been wrong? I was wrong about so many things. Delusional. But I sort of was like composed, so people would like listen to me and trust that maybe I knew what I was talking about. That's what's trippy. Ask yourself, what if most of what I stood up for and supported was just a bunch of propaganda programming and ballyhoo? What narratives were seeded into me that I didn't think were that important and then just would like grow as reality started happening, but they weren't true? Sometimes I feel like so many people are angry at all the wrong things. I know at the beginning of this video I said how to deal with Duppage, but I don't really have any teachings specifically for you. I'm not a life coach, and I don't have any prescriptions. More of a random online share. And I had to do it because I've been suppressing my voice for so long and withholding and just observing and just, I feel like a rusty pipe that's like, you know, when you turn on a pipe that hasn't been on for a while and it's all rusted and the water's brown and it's like. So this video is essentially just getting the water running again so it can eventually come out a clear stream. I'll leave you with this. If you also have come to terms with the fact that you've been so duped by so many things about truth, like what is true? I know that there's going to be we have a culture of subjectivists and relativists, people who think that there is no absolute objective truth that we all need to align to, that it's just everything is, you know. Sending my love and prayers to anyone who has come to and seen things for what they are and then is like, whoa, how do I cope with this new view, this new me, and how I'm gonna be a part of the world. It's a weird thing, because I'm a recovering New Ager. I'll just say that. That's what I call it, because that's what it feels like. It feels like I was in recovery because my mind worked in such a way that then it was like I had to be really watchful of slipping into certain ways of thinking. So anyway, okay, happy Thursday. Oh my gosh, it's December 1st. Happy new month. I love fresh starts. I love a new month. So cute. All right, bye.